Well, this is the third summer school in the series. We started in 2022, and our initial drive was actually the unfinished revolution in Belarus in 2020, and then the counter-revolution that was becoming stronger and stronger. From the very beginning, our approach was to put on the table people from very different fields, from very different spheres, both from the academia, from civil society sector, from civil tech, from human rights organizations, from the media. So it's, in this sense, it's very much a cross-sectoral endeavor. As now it is 2024 and we're further and further from Belarusian Revolution of 2020, we had to make the summer school topic slightly more open, to slightly refocus it, and we were keen to include the focus on disinformation, which is now becoming one of the central topics in communication research, media research, political science, etc., etc. So this year we had a range of speakers who are working specifically on disinformation topic in very different regions. In global north, in global south, in Central and Eastern Europe. That I would add here that the variety of people taking part in the summer school, both as speakers, as tutors, as lecturers, and as summer school participants, is one of the aspects of the strategy that we have. We try to make it as diverse as possible and to try to look at Belarus in genuinely comparative perspective, comparing it to the regions to which it is normally not compared, like not only Central Eastern Europe, but different continents. I would say the digital platforms themselves is kind of universal phenomenon. Societies everywhere are faced with quite similar effects of digital platforms on society, politics, culture, etc. But of course, in every state, in every country, in every society, there is a unique mix of factors that define how platforms impact those societies. Let's say in the US, in Belarus, in Iran, in Israel, in Colombia. Those would be often similar platforms, but their effects would be quite different, used both for democratic and non-democratic purposes, having both rather positive or rather progressive outcomes and rather negative.
Hello, my name is Migla Barikita. I'm an assistant professor at the European University Viadrina in Frankfurt-Oder, Germany, at the Cultural Studies and Social Sciences faculty and the European New School for Digital Studies. And I'm very happy to be part of the summer school here and to also co-organize it together with Sergei Lubimau and have also my colleague Johanna Hieber here to co-teach. In the summer school we're focusing on the role of platform politics and disinformation in non-democracies, but also in democracies. And in the summer school, we have invited various speakers who have experience, empirical and theoretical, conceptual experience in research and countering disinformation. And my own role was kind of to facilitate these discussions. I also gave a talk on the introduction to disinformation and the key concepts and trends of disinformation in digital environments.
My name is Rob Topinka. I'm a senior lecturer in media and cultural studies at Birkbeck, University of London. And I spoke today at the EHU Summer School on the topic of misinformation in everyday life. So this came out of a grant project I worked on with Scott Rogers, looking at developing new methods for studying misinformation, methods that took into account how people engage with misinformation in their everyday lives, why information resonates with people on an emotional level. And so the idea was to not just use computational tools and quantitative tools, or not just use qualitative tools, but to combine the best of both to try to get a sense of why does certain forms of misinformation resonate with people when others don't. So that was the focus of the talk, and we talked through our sort of approach to misinformation, our emphasis on everyday life, and then gave a brief demonstration of some of the tools we used that hopefully some of the participants in the summer school will find useful for their projects.
that's a great idea to organize such summer camps where people that are interested in the situation of Belarus can come here to Lithuania, to capital Vilnius, to have a feeling of Belarus that is very, very nearby from the place where we are. And it's a great thing that many people from different countries of the world, from America, from Britain, from Europe, from the countries even of the former Soviet Union can come together and get a knowledge about what is going on in Belarus, understand, and not to understand, but also have a feeling of the atmosphere that exists in Belarus. And these people, they will be messengers for future Belarus after the regime will fall down. We will need such people. We will need the ambassadors of goodwill. We will need the ambassadors of Belarus that would bring the knowledge and bring good information about Belarus again when the situation would allow.
Hello, my name is Liana and I'm a member of a summer school in the ECHU. And I absolutely love the school. We have a very diverse speakers body. We have lectures and discussions, and they vary from industry leaders and human rights activists from Belarus to academic scholars and OSINT researchers.
My name is Ben. I'm from the US, and I've been here in Vilnius for the past couple of weeks at the EHU Summer School on Digital Disinformation and Democratization. I've really learned a lot being here in these 2 weeks in Vilnius, learning from all of our wonderful speakers. We've had so many amazing presentations on OSINT, on disinformation, on Belarusian politics. And we've really, heard from a lot of people that are working on the ground, dealing with what's happening in Belarus, dealing in the counter-disinformation space, and also a lot of people who firsthand know what it's like to, escape from a dictatorial regime, and have felt political violence and persecution firsthand, and it's been a really eye-opening experience for me. I think where I'm from in the US, Belarus is not generally a subject that we talk about too much, just not a lot of people know about it. And so it's been a really educational experience for me being able to learn from people from Belarus.
My name is Natalia. I'm from Human Rights Center Vyasna. I'm a human rights defender. And it's my third time when I participate in summer school. And I suppose it's very important to keep Belarus and human rights in focus as long as you are in European Humanitarian University. And Belarus is a neighbor country to Lithuania. It's very, very close, and it's less than 50 kilometers. You can cross the border and find yourself in dictatorship.
My name is Alexey Lostovsky. I am guest researcher here at European Humanities University, and Sergei invited me to give a lecture here at DAD Summer School. It was about battle of historical symbols during protest in Belarus in 2020, but I was really impressed by discussion with students of the school on how this topic about use of political symbols, historical rhetoric for political mobilization can be used in different situations, and what are moral traps for such kind of use in actual situation. And I was really impressed by level of the discussion and how students are active in the school.
So my name is Scott Rogers. I'm a reader in media and geography from Birkbeck University of London. My research is on the relationships of media and cities broadly, but a lot of research that I've done recently is about the implications of social media platforms for urban life. I'm really interested in how social media is changing the way people experience neighborhoods, and also the way it is creating a new kind of environment for how people talk about contentious issues. So you asked a question about the summer school. And I think the first thing to say is that I've I'm going to be here for 5 days. I've only been here for a day so far, but already I can really tell that there's an amazing pacing of this summer school. And what I mean by that is that it's not like everything's jam-packed with just sessions where people are talking and then they go away and come back for the next session. There's a lot of opportunity for people to network and to discuss ideas informally. And I think that often is underestimated. People put a lot of emphasis sometimes in conferences or in summer schools on the actual sessions, the actual seminars that people are in, and don't really think about, oh, what about going out to dinner? What about having a coffee or having a drink, a beverage, and discussing things more informally. I think that's where the ideas really spark, and I think so far I can tell that that's really important for this summer school, that you're able to really form networks and bonds, and that's, to me, almost as important as what you learn from people like me at the summer school. It's being able to connect with the other students in the summer school, and also just to connect with us as well in a way that's informal and not always kind of in the classroom.
I think one of the best results that we got is that people were saying that they would be happy to come back next year, and I hope in this or in some other formats this conversation will continue.